Joining us from the north parts of Queensland is Emergency Management Minister Jenny McAllister. Minister, thanks for your time this morning. So let's just get to your announcement today. You've announced assistance this morning. Can you elaborate on what it is and how folks can get it?
Yeah, I can, although I do want to comment before I begin on just how very sad it is to hear that a second woman has lost her life. And I mean, our thoughts today are, of course, with her family and her friends. But I observe also that this will be very tough for the community of Ingham. And as you noted in your opening remarks, they've been through an incredible amount over the last week, and this will be another burden for them to carry. I'm hoping to get up there today, weather permitting, but I do want to get on the ground, find out how community are feeling, and just really understand what we can do to assist them. You know, it has obviously just been an awful time.
Okay, so for financial assistance, what is it and how can people get it?
Yeah, look, this event will have affected people in a whole range of ways, but one of those ways is that many people will not have been able to work, either because their place of business was closed because of flooding or loss of electricity, or because their access to work was cut off because of transport limitations and access being cut off through flooding. This payment is essentially like JobSeeker or like Youth Allowance, and it's available to people who've lost income as a direct result of the event in the LGAs of Burdekin, Cassowary Coast, Hinchinbrook, Townsville and Palm Island. What we're encouraging people to do is go and have a look and see if you might be eligible if you live in one of those LGAs. It's open from 2 p.m. this afternoon, and you can check in on the Services Australia website to see if it might be something that assists you.
What if people don't have power? They've just got to wait?
The payment, the option to apply for the payment will be available and open for quite a while. So if you are able to access the internet, you should go in and have a look, but it's, there's no urgency. You can do it in the coming days and weeks.
Okay. How much was it? Did you mention that? How much are people entitled to?
Yeah. It's essentially linked to JobSeeker and Youth Allowance. It depends a little bit on your circumstances in the way that those payments also do. But the best thing to do is to get in, have a look if you live in one of those areas, and start assessing whether or not this might be a form of support you can access.
Okay. I mentioned this to the Queensland Premier yesterday when he spoke on the show. There is a difference between being briefed and being there on the ground. As you survey things, I know you're in Townsville there and the worst of it's slightly north in Ingham, but how bad is it where you are? And how's that affecting your thinking?
Yeah, look, there is obviously a very significant amount of water in the landscape. Our focus at the moment, though, is now on those communities that have been isolated for some time. Ingham is first amongst them, but it's not the only community that's been cut off. And we're working really closely with the Queensland Government to understand how we can support these communities. They asked us for some additional aerial support, and I think your viewers will know that we've been able to provide assistance in the form of ADF helicopters. They are proving critical. We've been able to use them to provide SES personnel into Ingham, for example, to get a generator into Ingham just at the close of last night. And we're hoping that as some of the more severe rain and wind eases, we'll be able to use those helicopters more and more to get into those communities that are really needing assistance at this time.
All right, that's the Emergency Management Minister Jenny McAllister coming to us live from Townsville. Thank you, Minister. We'll chat again soon.